Hey guys, I literally can't wait to talk to you today because I have had the craziest past couple days, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna try my best not to go on my crazy tangents like I do because I want to get this message across so purely. I'm gonna turn off my conscious mind when I talk to you all, and I'm gonna just let it fly on through. And I'm kind of calling that into existence right now. I made myself the most gnarly crystal grid, and it's calling for me to have a deep rooted sense of creativity. So I put one of my most creative stones below my earth star chakra. And what that's going to do is send up a rooted, comfortable, confident, deep sense of creativity to me so I can then deliver this message. At the top of it, then it goes through my entire chakras, all my chakras and my, at least all the 9 that we know about, or the 9 that I work with. And it's going to go straight up to my crown, and right here at my crown is citrine, quartz, clear quartz, and celestite, because my angels are coming through right now, and I'm just gonna let them fly on through. But wow, whew, okay, where am I at in my body? All right, so I'm back. I want to talk about today something that is difficult to talk about for a lot of people, and definitely not your thing you want to talk about when you meet someone for in the beginning, because it's awkward. But and that is to go against the hive mind. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the hive mind, number one, and this is my channel, so I can talk about whatever the heck I want. And the hive mind is going to trigger you if you haven't done work on self-actualization. And I'm just going to say that. And if I already triggered you, start weeding out, unless you are okay to enter this in a open-minded space, okay? Because this message is not for anyone who's closed-minded or who is looking to get into a battle, because adding more fire to fire only adds more fire, and I am not adding any fire. I'm adding 0 fire. No backfire either. So anyway, the title of this video is called "You Do Not Have to Be Christian to Believe in Christ." And I know oh shit, there was a bunch of other triggers just now. Who got triggered? Who got triggered? I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you, because I've been there. I want to talk about this because in my mind it's kind of happening right now, and it's hard. Wow, this is hard to talk about. I planned this whole talk out and now I'm getting all tripped up, but let me just find my breath again. You know what happened? You know what happened? I was hanging out with my girlfriend like last week. Well, like every day, but like last week especially. And I was thinking about Jesus Christ, okay? Random. I was thinking about Jesus Christ. And and then I had a call with my mentor, who's now becoming my new friend and just overall -- inspiration right now. I had a call with her, and it ended up being this Christ-like moment. Like if Christ was a crystal and he was clear quartz, then it was a clear quartz moment. You know what I mean? And we connected on Jesus, and I revisited my relationship with Jesus recently, and it was the most beautiful experience that I want to tell you guys about. And now I'm dropping into this conversation 4 minutes in. Great. And what I want to say is, I have been through the routes of I grew up Catholic, and then after it was like the every other Sunday, once in a while, stand up, sit down type Catholic. Okay, it wasn't like the devout Catholic. And then I went from Catholic to going to Young Life Camp when I was a senior in high school, and I met Jesus then. And if you've met Jesus, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I looked up at the stars, and Jesus and I connected energetically, and he taught me what it was to connect to something else energetically, and for that I am forever grateful, and I love Jesus. And Jesus to me is just like, oh man, he could get me there quick, because he is just my first teacher. He's my first all that ever is, love, amor, agape, is everything, all withstanding. He's that love for me. And I love Jesus. every time he comes up, I'm just like, oh my God, Jesus, I fucking love Jesus. Oops, don't get mad because I cussed, because Jesus ain't mad. But anyway, let that slide. Um, um, I found myself in the Christian church after I was Catholic, after that Young Life Camp experience, after I met Jesus. I kind of went toward the Christian church and was really into it. And it was a non-denominational stadium type Christian church, right? Like rock band, music, amazing worship, all this stuff. And I fell into that, I don't want to say fell in, I stepped into that community for like maybe like 6, 7, or 8 years. So kind of for a while. Is that true? No. Like 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. So still, pretty long time working with the Bible, working with the idea of being Christian, working with like small groups and things like that. Those were the modalities of healing back then for me. And I even went to a Christian college, which is pretty crazy. And so I knew a lot about Jesus, and I loved his story, and I love him so much. But when a couple years out of college, I started to I got really depressed. Actually, that's what happened. I got super depressed, super anxious. Like I wouldn't be able to get out of bed, I remember, and I was like, oh my God, this is not me. Like, what is this? And I went through my dark night of the soul, which a lot of you maybe have experienced. When I went through that, I started seeking talk therapy. Talk therapy helped me a ton. Talk therapy kind of got me into a couple just like self-help books. Self-help books got me into the world of law of attraction. Law of attraction took me deeper spiritually. More spiritually, I started learning about Buddha. I started learning about Taoism. I started learning about like spirituality, yoga, and all these things, and then eventually crystals. So it's just gone deeper and deeper and deeper. And with this pull deeper into spirituality, I stopped resonating with the Christian church that I went to, and it's just the truth. And it was nothing that they did, obviously. That would be crazy for me to blame them. It was that I was feeling, and this is not even directed at any particular church now. I'm talking about church culture that I've experienced. It's coming from a place of the hive mind mentality, and that's how I feel. And what I mean by that is, I feel like there's still lots of meat in there that carry judgment cells, you know, like that carry that, you know, if you don't hear what I have to say and believe it to be of absolute truth, if you basically don't bow down to me, then sucks for you, man. You know? And when I talk like that, like, it brings me down a couple of vibrations. And I'm not saying that all Christians are this way. Please don't get it twisted. You know, if you're hearing this message, you're not getting it twisted. And if you're not, I'm not worried about you. What was I gonna say? Where was that? Oh, I feel like it's a very, if it's not my way, then it is actually the highway. And but out of love, right? And I do believe it is out of love. I do believe it is out of pure goodness of their hearts. But I feel like the Christian church has been swept up by the lack matrix, so to speak. So now we're believing, like, if you don't believe what I believe, then it's no more for you, like literally just no more. And I just don't believe that to be the case. And I don't believe that Jesus came down to teach that, because I believe in Christ's consciousness. But then again, Christ's consciousness wouldn't ever argue against you, because if I were to be arguing against you, I would then step my foot into the very same arena that I was just describing the current Christian church culture to be. And that is not what Christ consciousness is about. Okay? And I think I really hit the baseball bat of, that's kind of a bad metaphor. I can't pull that one together. I really went for one here, right? I really went for one of the biggest hive mind things here, so much so that I've watered down my message. Like, I can feel it, because I can feel, now I'm getting back into me. Oh, it feels better. Like, I could feel the energy is already tapping into my psyche, because of how powerful the hive mind is, and how much it gets us in some state of I don't like you. And when we get into the state of I don't like you, based on anything. Now I'm going to zoom out from, let's leave Christianity alone for a little bit, leave all churches alone for a little bit. I'm talking about hive mind. If you don't post this, then you're this. If you don't stand on my side of the fence, you're saying that you're not on my side. If you don't do what I say, if you don't submit to my control, then I have conditions on you. I have a category on you now. I have a label on you now. You are no longer self-sovereign because you're not accepted here. That is lack mentality 101. And it's hard to step out against these things because I'm not in the hive mind. But I have the few of you, and pretty much everyone who's probably watching this video, unless it was shared, believe in what I'm saying, because it's a resonance. It's a belief that's deeper than any kind of critical thinking I would need to send it. I can't even feel an argument when I get into this space of Christ consciousness and or spirit and or blah 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 blah, holy 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 words, whatever. When I get to that place of elation and all that is all ever was, no arguments can come out of me. No, nothing but gratitude, no, nothing but gratefulness, no, nothing but acceptance comes out of me. So it's a very, very, very different resonance field to be in the world of abundance, and it's definitely hard. But this video is meant to push back a little bit, okay? And I'm gonna do it. This video is meant to push back. If you even get in the game of judging someone else's decision making, other than that be you don't want to copy that decision making, then you are entering the rat race. If you are mad, if it's ruining your day that someone isn't wearing a mask, no matter how annoyingly stupid, whatever you think it is, no matter how much of that they may be, the moment you step foot in their energetic aura in a negative way, you diminish yourself. And the number one way you can control someone is to have them self-diminish. Have that person beat themselves. Have you guys played a sport where you were better than that person? Technically, you should have beat them, but all of a sudden you played down not only to their level but under them because you beat yourself? That is beating yourself. So anytime that we look at each other with anything but an action that comes out of love, whatever that looks like, if we go the other way and start looking at people through the fear lens, that is when we basically cut our cord with our own power. And I'll tell you this, the world looks a lot better when we're all in our power. Because when we're all in our power, we don't care what's going on with our life. We want the decisions we make to be good for not only us, but it has to be good for our neighbor, and it has to be good for the planet. It has to be organic. It has to be well functioning. It has to live with no sacrifice. No sacrifice. This world is of all abundance. This world grows its own freaking food and created a vessel for you to walk around in that heals itself, that wakes itself up, that uses its own breath, that uses its brain to understand life and understand how to get through barriers, understands another person that's of complexity. Like, this is divine, dude. So we have to start looking at this differently. We can't look at this life like it's not anything but divine, like it's not anything but the most creative, meta, cognitive creation that has ever, and will ever, period. No even verb. That will ever, period. So if we don't use this life, look at it like that, we are not going to reach our full potential. And what that looks like is not being self-sovereign over your own energy, not being responsible for your own energy, not being confident in your voice, not being confident that you can get to a loving place. That is not self-sovereign. Abundance is our natural state. We're confused if we think anything else. Oh man, I got off track. I hate when I do that. Well, I think I made some good points, but let me really pull it back. Where do I want to go from here? Okay, I guess I want to say, I say this message because this is me stepping into my own, going against what I believe the hive mind mentality to be. This is me being that person I write down I hope to be. That's me. This is me. And I'm showing up. So it's hard as hell. It doesn't happen. We have been taught to care for the other person more than to care for ourselves first, which is the first wrong. There's no such thing as wrong though. So that's a whole nother topic. Anyway, all I'm saying is you have it in you right now to absolutely fall in love with your life. Fall in literal love with the relationship of you and your eyes open and closed. Fall in love with that. As if that is your favorite thing that you've ever conceptualized, ever experienced, ever done anything with. Imagine that. Imagine if you loved your life so much that you were going to care for it to make it the best, most rich, most abundant experience, no matter where you start from. It's relative, obviously, based on circumstances and families and stuff, but the level of abundance is relative. It has nothing to do with dollars. We are dollars. Our ideas are dollars. We're money. That's paper. We're money. These thoughts are technology. These crystals are technology. And if you think I'm crazy, ask the hive mind leader who's crazy. Okay? I'm just getting myself to think a little bit differently. And I've noticed a couple things about me doing this. I am more patient. I am overall way happier. I have let love into my life in ways that I used to be afraid of. I have better experiences. I have attracted a happy disposition toward my eyes open. And it has fudgin' cured me, bro. And all of my friends along the way, I thank you so much because you've been super helpful, and this is me stepping into mine. And cheers to you stepping into yours. This was so fun. This is so meta and so fun. And if you've watched this journey, this is it. This is literally it. So I love you guys. I don't even know what I said, but I do. And I'm here for you. If you are feeling pressure of the hive mind, for real. If you're feeling pressure like the hive mind is too heavy and you're feeling like you have to diminish yourself, trust me, I'm an ally. Trust me, I'll help you through that with using crystal technology. That's where my heart is. My heart is with those pushing against the hive mind suppressing them, and it's gonna make me tear up because a lot of people are oppressed. A lot of people are not set up to win. You know what I mean? And a lot of us die, dude. A lot of us die in the process because of why do you think artists are so polarized and polarizing? They're sensitive to this life because it's real. It's not just coffee in the morning and sleep at night. It's much deeper. And so for anyone that feels like they're pushing, I got some messages already, that's why I'm saying this. For anyone that thinks that they need some help, please hit me up, because I promise these crystals are freaking speaking to me in ways that every day they let me in a little more. Every day they're like, okay, you're gonna use me for good? Okay, I can trust you a little bit more. Here's 10%. Tomorrow I'll be 11 if you're a good boy. That's what they're doing to me right now. They're the boss. I am not. They are the tech that I am learning. I am learning. How am I learning? I'm sitting with them. I'm experiencing them. I am experiencing it goes back and forth. It's like, if you don't think you can do that because you think it's a rock, then I wonder what it thinks about you. Probably didn't even think it could think. Anyway, back to my point. Hit me up if you need help, seriously, because I used to have 1 horsepower in this world when I was 12-year-old. That guy that I have to go and hug all the time, I had 1 horsepower. I'm at like 35,000 horsepower right now. So hit me up, I can help you, we can do crystal stuff. This is my work now. I'm dedicating my life to this. So, and it's gonna change just like it went through Catholic to Christian to spiritual to, I might end up believing in this blanket, that this blanket is my all. If I go there and it's out of love, trust me, I'll be there happy, okay? Ooh, keep learning and keep evolving. This is so fun. I mean, study this video, watch how I go into my anxieties, watch how I come out, check my traits, see what I do. Study life, bro. If you resonate, study it. If you resonate, study. If you learn, implement. When you implement, you win. That's just how it works. Do the work. The life's important enough. Trust. All right, love you. Bye.